Do you feel really tired after a busy day, or maybe not so much happened but you still feel tired? Then this video is exactly for you, because we talk about how to treat energy as your currency number one and how to stop letting other people drain your energy at work. And let's not wait any longer, because of course I'm sure you want to feel, you know what comes next? Unstoppable. Then we start right away with the very first point, which is about your energy is your most valuable currency, because every decision you make at work costs energy and most people spend it without noticing. This means when you treat your energy like money, you stop giving it away for free. And the goal isn't about being stingy. No, it's about being intentional. What do I mean specifically? Whenever you react or interact with colleagues at work, think about the energy you spend also talking to your colleagues, or the energy you spend being angry at something that doesn't even deserve the anger. You're just literally wasting all your energy. Because let's say at one point you're just really angry for nothing, and then you realize that you don't have all the energy necessary to do all the important tasks you have on your plate for the day. Because remember, you might have your free focus items, but because you wasted the energy on this crazy moment, you might have not enough energy to make the best decisions for the other top 3 priorities. Because here's the thing, energy is very important. It is the most important thing, because you have 24 hours a day. This is for sure. But energy really can come and go. Sometimes you just recharge yourself with taking a nap or something else. But here, energy, if you treat it like a specific resource, a limited resource, you are more cautious as to how you react to certain things. Because one thing you maybe have heard about is that whenever you have extreme negative emotions, like being angry, being involved in a discussion, like just shouting and screaming, it just costs you a lot of energy. And like this energy you just blow it out in that specific moment, which then you're missing later on when you have your important things happening throughout the day. Treat energy as a currency, because this helps you to make some good decisions later on throughout the day. Point number 2, which is the energy audit. Throughout the day, check your emotional battery the same way you check your phone. Notice who drains you, who energizes you, and what tasks pull the most from your internal budget. Awareness alone can already change how you move through your day. And that's something pretty cool, because if you know that sometimes working on an analytical task is very important and it takes a lot of energy, do it in the morning when your mind is still fresh, because you don't want to take care of that in the afternoon when you're already really tired and then you need to look into numbers specifically. Maybe the quality of your output will not be that good. That's where really also look at how your energy works throughout the day and invest it accordingly. And then throughout the day, have a look, ask yourself, how do I feel right now? How's my energy? If you're high in energy, that's brilliant. Keep it up and just make sure that you protect your energy. But if you notice that something really just drains you, ask yourself, where does it come from? Does it come from an email you just got a few minutes ago? Does it come from a conversation you have from a colleague? Or just does it come from a conversation you heard in the background you literally had nothing to do with? Then once you do the audits, that's already a good point to identify the points that drain your energy, and of course to take action, which brings me already to the next part. Part number 3, which is saying, I can't hold this right now. You can set boundaries without being cold, rude, or dismissive. A calm, I want to give this the attention it deserves, but I can't hold it right now, is both respectful and firm. People respond well when you communicate limits with clarity and kindness. Coming back to the conversation, for example, that you overhear in the open space, you hear somebody talking loud and you just somehow feel a bit anxious, and it's not really your emotion. It's okay, this can happen. In this moment, really think about what decisions are you taking to just set boundaries. Will you engage, or will you just shortly go somewhere else, get a drink, go to a kitchen, talk to another colleague or whatsoever? Look at what drains your energy, but then also set boundaries. So for example, when you have a conversation with somebody and you realize the emotion is not really there, the person is just making the whole conversation difficult, it might be good to just stop the conversation at that moment and continue at a later time. Because right now, the person might not be in the right space, or the conversation itself is not going in the right direction. Then if you firmly or kindly also stop the conversation, it will help you to continue at a later time, and of course with way more productive output. Part number 4, closing emotional chapters. At the end of the day, mentally close the tabs that are still open in your mind. You can acknowledge what happened without carrying it home with you. Emotional closure is a skill, and it keeps your personal life protected from workplace chaos. That is something very powerful and important, because sometimes you might engage in a conversation that happened 1 hour ago or maybe 4 hours ago, and it still is rumbling in your mind. You think about, okay, maybe I could have said it this way, I could have said it that way, maybe I should have reacted that way, oh no, I made a mistake, blah, blah, blah. You know, all this kind of self-talk that can happen after such a conversation. In that moment, when you realize, oh, actually, this conversation drains my energy, try to close it in your mind. Make a good positive closure of the situation. First of all, it's good that you realize that this is draining your energy. Very good. And what you can do specifically in this case, you distance yourself from the conversation. Look over the entire conversation objectively and ask yourself, is this a valid point, or is it something that is not really valid? If it is valid, okay, then you can think about, how can I solve it? How can I bring a good solution to find a compromise between the two of us? If it is something that is not valid, because you already checked with other colleagues and they agreed and they confirmed, yes, this is how it should be done, then you know you're literally wasting your energy on something that is not even necessary, because you already have the confirmation that it should be done this way and not the other way as a colleague is telling you. And then you can close internally, say, okay, it has nothing to do with me. I'm doing my best. I'm whole. I'm enough. I do my best to complete the task as it is expected. And what this colleague is saying has nothing to do with me. Who knows? Maybe something happened during the day on the colleague that they just lashed out on me, or something that is really not working well for them. When you close this chapter, try to turn it into something positive. For example, there is something that you've learned in that conversation, knowing now that for this one colleague, one particular approach is important. For example, next time, you know, before implementing it, already put the person on the same page so that the person is aware of how you have it done it, that you already agreed with the different managers, and you don't have maybe this reaction in the future. Right? Remember, the most important part is to close emotional chapters so that you don't carry this luggage with you, and you see, like, carrying this heavy luggage takes a lot of energy and a lot of effort to carry, of course, and this will drain your energy. If you close the chapter, you just say, poof, luggage, go away, and you have more energy to really focus on the tasks that are important for you. Let's have a look at point number 5, which is about protecting your long-term energy. When you guard your energy, you show up more focused, creative, and confident. You stop reacting to everything and start choosing what deserves your attention. Let's say you have a crazy busy day ahead of you, and you want to make sure that each of the tasks that you have on your plate, you want to say, done, 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 yay! I'm unstoppable. In this case, you need to choose, do I want to engage in all this chaos, drama, and let people drain my energy? Or do you literally want to focus yourself on the tasks that you have at hand and just avoid this kind of distractions and really make sure you get everything done? Right? This helps you focusing on your own energy. Treat it like a very important currency, not just throw it out like a popcorn or like confetti around you. You guard your energy and you make sure that you can use the energy of achieving the different tasks you have set on your plate. Okay, now you've seen how you can keep your energy as a currency. Because if you have the energy, you are for sure unstoppable. And this means also that sometimes you need to choose in which kind of conversations you want to engage, how you want to interact with other people, or how you also structure your day. Let me know in the comments which points you like most, and also if there's something you want to hear more of. For sure, subscribe to the channel because there are more of such videos coming up. Speak to you soon!